Right, I'm sitting on a big log in the middle of the marshes at Sand Bay. It's warm because 3 people have just got off it. You get all sorts of birds, skylarks and things around here. There's the crocodile, that's the end of Sand Bay there. Sand Point, which I often climb. And these are the reed beds. And of course in the winter you can't really walk here, this will be underwater, especially when the tide comes in. It probably is underwater even when, like now, you know, today's tides, but during the high tides it's just not going to be very straightforward at all. So they've got Sand Point over there. It's just a little video I'm doing, coming out from one of my peaceful moments on a lovely summer's day in July the 25th. I was up on the Quantocks yesterday, July the 24th. I did a lovely Holford circular and met some lovely walkers when I was out. A lovely lady who's probably about my age or maybe older. Can't always tell these days. And she was a big hiker of Wessex and Dartmoor, and she was very interesting to talk to. She used to work for the helicopter people at Yelverton. She seemed an educated person, you know, and she knew all the combes I knew, and she pointed out a couple others that I did know but I hadn't been down them, so I've got them on the list. Yeah, I picked up a few tidbits actually of a few different walks I could do, and it's nice to get out, and I do bump into people. It's amazing who you bump into. Some very interesting people actually, all age groups, and they all seem happy when they're out because they love being out. And a lot of them, I don't tend to get attracted to herds like a big tribe of people coming along. I will, if it's a school group, I will say hi, you know, and have a good time and that, you know. But I think us solo walkers, we do tend to migrate towards each other just for that encounter, that little chat, and then off you go. I've got 3 people ahead of me with 3 dogs who are very, very slow, overweight, and but not old, but very, very slow. So I thought I'll sit here for a minute, give them a head start. You know, you can't help it. You get some people, people think I'm slow, right? Oh Christ, these aren't even young, old people, and they're so slow. And they're grossly overweight, and they need to do more and more walking. It's a good thing that they're out, but they were sat on here for ages, good half an hour. I could see them from way back. And there's more people coming now, so I've got to move on. Very short video. Over now. I'm over at where you come off the beach and people park. No ice cream van, but I wasn't going to have one anyway. I don't normally have one on the way out, and I'm not coming back this way. Well, unless the cows are in the field. I'm going up here. I keep forgetting to bring the little binoculars with me so I can see further afield. Anyway, what's happened is yeah, I'm doing the walk in reverse today, so I'll be coming back across the fields where the goats are and everything. I thought I like doing it in reverse. It's a different perspective. I quite often do it the other way because of the risk of cows in the summer. I mean, I've got all across, say, 3 or 4 fields having to turn back because the cows and the bull and the calves are all round the gate, and I have to go back, and it makes it a long walk and a dangerous one because I then have to do road for 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes of road. I say 7 minutes because that's the fastest I've done it, and it's busy this time of year with all people with families. It's busier. It's the busiest time of the year now. Anyway, I'll be turning off because I've got to go up. So I'm doing it in reverse. So instead of coming down these steps, I'm going up them. I'm going up them slowly because my legs haven't really recovered from yesterday's walk. On the Quantox it's up and down, up and down. Not great. Oh, so here we go. Going to turn off. When I get up the top through the gate and I walk along a bit by the wall, I can look over to see if there's any cows in the field I have to come back through on the way back. Because so far I haven't found an alternative way through there. And I met a huge bull there once, so I desperately had to get out. I tell you, he stood up and stamped his feet. I got out. Anyway, here we are then. We're over Sand Bay. Not fossil hunting. I don't normally hunt for them. They just sort of turn up when I'm walking along. I've got loads of fossils. I sometimes give them back. Right then. So we've got quite a few steps to go. There might be a family who come up behind me in a minute, and I'll let them pass. Over and out. Right, this is Sheila again. What's going on in the world? Well, we've got absolute genocide and people being starved to death, shot as they queue for food in Gaza. It's absolutely hell out there. They don't allow Western journalists in there. People have to go undercover to get in there, risking their own lives. We've got doctors from our hospitals going over to help, risking their lives. You know, because it's a humanitarian extreme crisis, because genocide is taking place. Genocide. They're starving little babies. They're not letting the mothers have milk. It's terrible. But I don't want to go on about it too much because this is a walk. But I think we can't ignore it when we live in our bubble. We can't ignore it. Now I'm just looking over to fields where I have to come back. And I got a feeling, might not be the same field. But if it is, there's a big herd in the field that I have to go through. But it might not be that field. But I think it is. But they might come back towards the farm because at about 1 o'clock there's milking goes on. So it could be by the time I get over there they've moved out of there, but they're in my field. Yeah, they're in there. I can see them in that shape there. Yeah, they're in there, and I haven't found a way around passing them yet, and it's dodgy because they have calves. I'm just going to zoom in. I can't see, got no viewfinder, but I'm just going to zoom in over there somewhere, and there's a big herd of cows over there somewhere where I walk through a field. Over there somewhere. They probably won't come out. But they might move by the time I get over there. They might move. If not, I have to backtrack, and then I have to go across down a lane, which I don't mind doing, but I have to do 7 minutes of a very dangerous road. And I'll have to catch the bus then in the village instead of where I normally catch it. It's possible they might move out of that field and come further this way, especially if they've got to be milked. But I don't know yet. They don't look like they're moving anywhere at the moment. So that's why I came this way. It's a decision I'll have to make. It could be they move out, like, you know, because cows do have like a routine. Look at this. And they're pretty. And so they might move. But I'm not going to let it ruin the rest of the walk worrying about it. I have got an alternative plan, but it means I have to backtrack over 1, 2, at least 3 fields. But it's a lovely day. There's nothing to keep me in. And I'm in my beautiful place. That brings me peace and happiness. and helps me when I'm hurt. I hurt myself basically. It's overthinking is a big problem. Overthinking, and what's the other thing? Yeah, misjudging people, misjudging their interest or whatever. Right then, over and out, everyone. Back on, everyone. Look at this beauty. This is why I come here. I've brought Daisy here, and I've brought Amber here, my two granddaughters. But they don't come. We don't. Now they're grown up, you know. One's 19, one's 22. They're all doing their own thing. But I used to bring them out here 10 years ago, and they used to come and stay for a week each. Not together, because they'd fall out. I'd have one week. And I got a feeling my other two grandchildren used to go off with their dad a lot, and their mum, and they used to go have activities, and they used to I think sometimes stay with his mum, their other gran. But you know, it was okay. I did like their company though. They used to, because I've been on my own a long time, and it's partly deliberate, because like I was just saying on the other video, I don't always judge people right. Or it's not that there's anything wrong with these people. It's just that I misinterpret their attention or their focuses, and I often get it wrong, you know, and it causes trouble. So, you know, I don't pick up on the red flags, put it that way, that people talk about now. The red flags. If I picked up on them, I probably would save myself a lot of grief, probably. Oh, God, yeah. So I tend to stay on my own. You know, and that goes for friends as well. I fall out with friends. I've got friends, but some of them are thousands of miles away. We can be in each other's company for so long, but we are friends though. It's a special bond. But sometimes you don't need to be with somebody. I mean, my sister Jude's dead, but I know she's with me. You know, but I can't have a conversation with her openly. I used to like walking with her. We were very, very close, my sister Jude and me. Yeah, but you know, life's events get in the way, distance, time, and you do drift apart, sort of. That bond is still there, but the physical contact is not so good with your sister, you know, I mean. Yeah, and of course I am a natural hermit, and I always have been. I've got hermit tendencies anyway, so I don't, although I am a gregarious person in many ways, I'm not really one for like walking in the crowd, you know, not really. I never have been. But I used to be sporty. I could join in on team games, things like that. And if I go for a walk with family, it's a completely different experience for me. And I become a sheep. I follow them. If they get into difficulties, I help them out. I had a nice walk with me. Some of my kids and their dad and the dogs last week. It was nice. It's a nice walk actually. Don't do it very often, but with them, you know. The blue, yeah, oh yeah, they're over there now. Yeah, so this is what I call it Scallop Bay. Yeah, I call it Scallop Bay. That's not its official name. It probably has got a name. Could be Shrimp Bay, because there used to be a lot of shrimping went on here, you know. So yeah, a lot of features. Those of you who follow me will know, and if you're a local as well, you know all these walks. Right, over and out for a minute.